Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be learning about a band called Snarky Puppy. I know that's a super fun band name, and I'm really excited for you to get to hear more about them. So first, let's just start by listening to a song by Snarky Puppy. This is called Shofukan. Here's just a glimpse into this piece. Some of their songs tend to be a little bit long, so we'll just listen to a few minutes of each one. So in this video, there were a lot of instruments that you will one day have the opportunity to play. There were saxophones, trumpets, percussion instruments, violins, and other string instruments. So a lot of these are instruments that these people started playing at a young age, maybe even fifth grade, like some of you. And then they went on and made their dreams come true by becoming professional musicians. Now, this is not your average style of a band, right? We all recognize there's no one singing. It's not a rock band. It's not music you'd regularly hear on the radio. So let's dive deeper into Snarky Puppy and learn a little bit more about them. So this band rotates through members. It's not always the same people performing every single song, but they have about 25 regular members in the band that they'll just rotate through at different times. So we could see a lot of different guitar players then, few people playing trumpets and flugelhorns, few people playing the alto and tenor saxophones. We had some cellos and violins, many different instrumentalists. There's also a really diverse representation in the band. So mainly we have a combination of white and black music culture, but also from the members in the band, we have influences from Canada, Argentina, Japan, Puerto Rico, and the United Kingdom. So they have really a lot of diverse influence on their music because of who the band members are and where they're from. And the members in the band are diverse also because they have musical careers outside of Snarky Puppy. Some of them are solo artists, so they have their own solo musical careers. Some of them work alongside very famous musicians like Kendrick Lamar and Snoop Dogg. And some of them are producers for other musicians like Kirk Franklin and David Crosby. So they're working with big name musicians outside of just their band. So this is just some of the band members, and I just wanted to show you this so you can see the faces of the band. You can kind of see where that diverse representation is coming from. And this isn't even all of the band members in the rotation. So how did Snarky Puppy form? Well, it was in Texas in 2003, and they started as a group of college friends at the University of North Texas, and they were in the jazz studies program. And then 3 years after they first started, they kind of blended groups with a Dallas gospel and R&B ensemble. And so the group's music changed. It kind of morphed into something a little funkier, something a little more direct. And so Michael League actually founded the group, and he plays string bass in the group, and he composes a lot of the music for Snarky Puppy. So they were not always playing these big performances. Actually, in 2012, so that wasn't too long ago, it was 9 years ago, they used Facebook to look for bars to perform in throughout Europe. So that's how they found performance venues for the European tour. And so people were just kind of giving them ideas of where they could perform. And then 7 years later, in 2019, Snarky Puppy was selling out shows in London at the Royal Albert Hall. So it took 7 years, but they were selling out shows when earlier they were begging people to give them ideas of where they would be allowed to perform. So here's another one of their songs. This song is called Lingus. This is from We Like It Here. You can hear that funk influence. A lot of these musicians will play different instruments depending on the song. So some of these saxophone players you see in this video might play flute or clarinet in another video. Michael League, composerino, plays the bass for the group. Some of the keyboard players only play keyboard, or maybe they'll also compose for the group. Some of the trumpet players only play trumpet, or maybe they double on another instrument. So that really helps the group have a diverse sound among all of their music. So what exactly is Snarky Puppy? Well, you can tell their songs already are very different from each other, so it's really hard to fit them in one group. They have elements of jazz music, they have elements of R&B, which we learned earlier this year means rhythm and blues. They have some funk, they have some gospel from way back when they were founded, right? They combined with that gospel group. So really, you can't fit them in one genre. And they've actually won some really famous awards for many different categories. In 2014, they won a Grammy for the best R&B performance. They won a Grammy for the best contemporary instrumental album in 2016, 2017, and this year in 2021. And then in 2015 and 2017, they also won Jazz Group of the Year. So already that's so many categories: R&B, contemporary, jazz. So it's really hard to define exactly who or what Snarky Puppy is. And so a writer for the New York Times, Nate Chinen, he said, take them for what they are rather than judge them for what they're not. And I just think that's a perfect way to describe Snarky Puppy, because they're very diverse, both the members of the band and the music that they create. And so rather than fitting them in one category, it's just great to appreciate the music that they do create and just enjoy it. So to finish out today, we're going to listen to this song Sleeper, which is also from We Like It Here. Already, this one sounds so different from the other pieces. All right, so I encourage you to just go listen to some more Snarky Puppy and get an idea of how diverse their music is. And just spend some time listening to music that is different than what you usually do, because that is going to just be so good for your brain and so good for your mind to listen to things outside of your comfort zone.